see, haters come in many shapes and sizes, and oftentimes they are people that are close to you. And I'm going to show you exactly in this video how to take haters and make them your superpower. Because guess what? Online, I've been online for the past 5 years, and I can guarantee you that I've gotten over 1,000 hate comments and messages, and I'm still alive, I'm still here, I'm still diving, I'm still showing the heck up, because guess what? You know when people say, my haters motivate me, in this video I'm gonna show you exactly how to turn it into that, and not let the fear of being seen and the fear of not being liked stop you from your goals. Because I help people with building their brands, I help people step into their power and their confidence on this channel, but not only that, inside of my group. And one of the things people struggle with and are scared of and fearful of is haters, okay? And one of that is because they're scared of being seen and scared of not being liked and all that stuff. So let's say cheers to the haters, because that's exactly how you're gonna feel after this video. And let's get into it. First things first is how to recognize a hater, because a lot of haters are in the shadows, okay? And I have my notes right here. There is 7 shades of a hater. The first type of hater is constant criticism, and they are really doing anything positive or giving you anything positive. How you can see a hater as a whole is somebody that is constantly giving negative energy. Now, the thing is that sometimes people can kind of be negative because they're in a negative mood or something like that, or they can act out of character once or twice or, a couple times. That is not as much of a hater. Sometimes people are just operating at a low frequency, but a hater is somebody that constantly gives you negative energy, that is constantly doing things to emit that negative energy, and it's like their dominant emotion when they have interactions with you. And the first thing that they do is constant criticism. They're rarely giving to you anything positive. Everything that you do is kind of like a problem. If you're going to give somebody criticism, it should be constructive. That's what a friend would do, okay? Because a friend is going to tell you the truth. Love is not lies. The truth is different than you just criticizing somebody without giving them any positive benefit, okay? So whether people are criticizing your looks and saying, oh, you're this, oh, your channel's this, and they're like talking your goals down, criticism. If you're gonna say, hey, after that, you're gonna say, hey, this is what I think you should do with your hair to make it look a little bit different. I think this would really suit you well. I think this would really suit you well. I think that type of dress would really suit you well. I think that if you just maybe alternated the hemline like this way, then I think that would suit you well. That is constructive criticism because you're helping somebody become better. But if you're just criticizing, you're emitting negative energy, that is not productive, but is destructive, okay? So constant criticism is the first shade of a hater. The second shade of a hater is that they're undermining your achievements. You got let's say you got 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Maybe you got freaking 1,000 followers on Instagram, and then you share that with a friend, and they're just like, oh, okay, that's cool. You're still working on that? Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess it's all right. Maybe you benched, you PR'd in the gym, and they're like, oh, you're like, yeah, I can do way better. Or they're saying that you can do better than that. Or maybe you can do better than that. Maybe that's a little bit constructive criticism. Let me help you bench next time. Maybe that's constructive criticism, but just going ahead and undermining people's achievements, it's not giving supportive, it's giving, I want to one-up you. That's what it's giving, right? And the next type of hater is passive-aggressive behavior. It's subtle jabs and backhanded compliments. Like, for example, you're starting a business or you're growing an Instagram page, and maybe somebody tells you, oh, you're still working on that little business of yours? Oh, really? Oh, okay. And maybe another backhanded compliment is, oh, you actually did it right this time. Good job. It's backhanded. What do you mean you actually did it right? Again, it's not productive, it's destructive, and it's giving negative energy that isn't productive at all. Second is doubting or dismissing your goals. Never tell your dreams to a broke person. Never tell your dreams to a person that isn't elevated in consciousness. I only share my goals with people that are elevated in consciousness. I like telling my people like my king. I like telling people that are elevated, and I know that they are because they will actually encourage me and support me, and they have the energetic frequency that is going to match me and my goals. Some people are going to undermine your goals saying, oh, I don't think you can reach that. I think you're thinking too big. You're being too unrealistic. You're being delulu. Delulu is the Salulu, okay? So I always say this, in order to reach your goals, it takes a level of delusion and discipline. You need to have both delusion and discipline in order to make your dreams work, and don't let anybody try to make you play small, okay? Guys, when it comes to your goals, do not listen to people that are close to you. Listen to people that are close to your goals. Too many times I see people listen to their family, their friends, their coworkers, the people that are around them because they're close to them, but they're not listening to people that are close to your goals. How do you expect people that do not have your desire to give you freaking advice and a step by step to get there? They haven't even gotten they haven't even gone there themselves, right? So it's like, yes, you can learn something from everyone and you can take advice from everyone, but you have to know what people's positions are in your life and what positions they play in your goals. If you're listening to everyone around you that's close to you but not close to your goals, you're going to turn out exactly like them, and that's what you don't want. You want to get to your desired outcome, okay? And so going back to the 7 shades of a hater, another is doubting and dismissing your goals, like I said. And the next one is secretly competing with you. Secretly competing with you. They do not feel comfortable if you're over them or if you have gone to a different level than them, right? Or you're above them. They always want to be above you. But the truth is, you should always be in the room where you are not the smartest person in the room. You want to be in the room where everyone's smarter than you so that you can grow and you have a growth mindset. When you have a scarcity mindset, you think that, knowledge and opportunities can only be with me. Nobody else, like if they take it, then I can't have it and I have less of it. But instead, when you celebrate people's success and do not compete, but instead collaborate with each other, that's when you actually create power. Like they always say, you can try to get to your goals, but getting to your goals with somebody else, you're gonna get there faster, okay? Go alone and you'll go faster, but go with a group and you're gonna go further. That is the quote, and that is exactly so freaking true, okay? So collaboration over competition. You do not need to be secretly competing with people, but this is a shade of a hater. They will be secretly trying to compete with you, secretly try to one-up you, and they're secretly just like, whenever they feel over you, then they will always feel happier, right? So gossiping or spreading negativity about you is another shade of a hater. They will spread just things that are not true. They will not come to you. For example, I got a lot of hate online, and I had a lot of friends, I had a lot of people that were close to me. They just automatically believe negativity. Not only that, they also spread negativity about me because they didn't come to me. People do not communicate. They did not come to me and say, hey, is this true? Hey, I saw this negative thing about you. Is this true? Can I get more information about this? Because I want to protect you as a friend. That is exactly what somebody that cared about you would do. They would say, hey, this is a negative thing I heard about you. Can you tell me a little bit more about this? But instead, people went out and they went and spoke against me, and they were negative towards me and said negative things towards me. And these are people that I actually thought that cared for me and were not haters, but again, people are secretly hating on you. Yes, I'm talking about family, I'm talking about friends, I'm talking about close people to you, and it's not great, but at the end of the day, people are only operating at a level of consciousness that they are at, and a lot of people do not really have grounds to stand on, so they have to make everything else kind of like a game to them, right? When people are not playing their own game, for example, they're not working on their purpose, they're not working on building a brand, they're not working on projects that are mentally stimulating them, they'll start creating a game in another space. They'll start making something else a game, such as my life and talking negative about my life or talking negative about your life. This is why I think it's so important to surround yourself with positive, like-minded people, because when you don't, then the people that are negative will only expand that into your life. And that's why it's so important to protect your energy, and understanding the shades of hater is an important part of that. So gossiping or spreading negativity about you instead of talking to you is one thing. Fake supporting, so only supporting to watch you fail, is another thing. They do not have to buy your product, they do not have to do any of that, but if they're not like, hey, I love everything you're doing, if they're not checking up on you, if they're not all of that stuff, why are you watching, right? It's like, if you're not supporting, if you're not liking, if you're not engaging, which is all free, by the way, why are you still following? Is another thing, right? So these are the shades of a hater. So we're gonna get into exactly how to not be so affected by this and not be affected by these types of people. Because the truth is, it can be hard. It can be really hard, right? Because we're emotional creatures and we want to have good feeling emotions going on, but when haters come along, it rubs us the wrong way. And again, people think that haters are people that are directly doing negative things to you, maybe like a comment, but there are people that are literally, they hate a certain aspect of you. It's not like they hate you, but they hate a certain aspect of you, and they're not there to help you succeed, okay? So number 2, when it comes to haters, how do you deal with them? I want you to get to know this. This is one quote that I saw online that completely changed everything inside of my brain and how I thought about haters. And the quote goes like this: people echo what you whisper within yourself. People echo what you whisper within yourself. When I saw that quote, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so true. And I talked about this all the time. I go on live a lot online, right? And people ask, like, how do I deal with the negativity and the fear of being seen negatively and perceived negatively? And I just think about that. Hey, if somebody told you right now that you were the color blue, would you believe them? It doesn't matter if they repeat it to you 100 times a day, all times a day, you would never believe it. And that's because there's no part of you that believes that you are blue. It's the same thing with negative things. It's like you have to see, do you actually believe what they're saying? Because if you believe what they're saying, then that means that it's going to affect you, right? But you have to see that is the things that they're saying resonating with you. And that's the thing about hate, is that it keeps you accountable to your inner dialogue. That's why I say that haters are such a blessing, and that's why people say that, oh my gosh, I love my haters, because it keeps you accountable to your inner dialogue. Are you actually believing those things? When people call you ugly, when people call you dumb, when people call you fat, when people call you this, when people call you slow, when people call you a bad creator, when they say that you're not popping off all that stuff and they're talking down on your goals, does part of you believe that? You have to understand that life is a mirror, not a freaking window, okay? So when people whisper self-doubt, when you whisper self-doubt within yourself, then other people are gonna echo the same thing. People can feel energy and they can read it very well. So what haters will try to do, they'll try to find your spot of weakness and try to go ahead and say it, right? To basically tear you down, because they see that you whisper it within yourself and they see it's a weakness within you. And that's why I say self-development is so important, and growing yourself as a person, because it would have never impacted you if you never felt that way, right? And that's the truth. And how you can build your confidence and how you can really develop yourself as a person is by doing the things like winning your day every single day, growing your knowledge, putting yourself out there. Do the things that your haters would never want to see you do, that they would never do themselves. Don't do it for them, but do it for you. People hate, your haters are going to hate to see you win. They're going to hate to see you take action. They're going to be like, why is she still showing up when I hate her? Why is she still doing all of this when I do not like her, right? So I would say for you, is the most valuable thing that you can do is give people energy. So do not give them your energy anymore, okay? That is the best way you can do. The best thing you can do is take away your energy from it. So I honestly think that haters are a great thing, because they keep you accountable to seeking validations from others too. Whenever I get hate online, I always take a dialysis basically of me, and I say, hey, is this impacting me in a way? If it's impacting me, that means that I know that there is something internally that I need to fix. If anything, for example, in a car, when it starts making sounds, when it starts doing some stuff, that's when you know you have to fix it. If you never had haters, you would never know you have to fix things internally. And that's why I love basically the duology of basically two sides, hate and love. Guys, you have to understand that hate and love are in the same coin, but on different sides. It's the same intense emotion. They're just completely opposites, right? So it's about understanding that, hey, when they are saying hate on me and I have an impact on it, that is giving me warning signs and signs that I need to do some internal reflection and some internal work within myself. It is a blessing. Without them, you would never know that you have a problem, right? You always want to know that you have a problem before the problem gets worse, before you blow up one day. And that's why I see a lot of people, they get hate online and then one day they just ghost off of social media because it was too much for them. They never dealt with the hate and they never did the inner work that was necessary so that they didn't get affected by it and it didn't blow up. So if anything, keeping yourself accountable to your inner dialogue is what hate does, is what the haters allow for it to happen in your life. It's a freaking blessing. When you start seeing things on an abundant side and a positive side instead of a negative side, things get so much better. And it's helped me so much. And you have to understand that haters are haters. They're not your masters. You are the master of your life, not the haters. When you allow your haters to be the masters of your life and you allow them to control your sense of doubt, control your sense of confidence, control your positive state, control your emotional regulation, that is exactly where they win. That is exactly where they win. They're like, oop, I got them. Oop, we got another one. We got another one, girls. We tore another one down. That's exactly what they want to do. Because the truth is, haters are like this. They think that the way that they can build themselves up and be the tallest building in the city and be the tallest skyscraper in the building is by tearing down the other skyscrapers around them and being the tallest one. But instead, what you can do and what they can do is build themselves up to be the tallest skyscraper. But instead, they do a very weak method, which is tearing other people down. And you have to understand that they could be the masters to your life, or they could be the people that motivate you to be better and to push you to do the internal work, okay? So make haters, just that, not your masters of your life, because you are the master of your life. You can create any desired outcome that you want, okay? Get out of the people-pleasing stage. It's getting old. It's controlling your life, and it's not doing you any good. Let's be freaking honest. People-pleasing is you being in your wounded feminine energy. Wounded feminine energy. That means that you are using other people's opinions, and you're, oh my goodness, I need to care about what everybody thinks. It's giving you anxiety. It's giving you stress within yourself. You're causing your own stress by allowing other people to control your life and be a master of your life. Okay, so the last point is that haters are a good thing, because guess what? Haters do not hate the good ones, they hate the great ones. If you see that a hater is coming at you, guess what that means? That means that you are doing something great. Okay, well, I remember when I got my first hate comment on Instagram, when I started my new Instagram, guess what happened? I got my first hate comment and I was like, yes, my page is going somewhere, because I know that it's reaching people. If I was able to reach a hater, that means I'm reaching people. That means something I'm talking about is great. The thing about being in your feminine energy, especially in your magnetic feminine energy, is being your authentic self, even if it's controversial. I talk about controversial stuff all the time and I get hate for it. And I'm okay with that, because I get to attract the people that I'm aligned with and repel the people I'm not aligned with. That is what I want, and that's what you should want as well. Do not be scared to be authentic. Do not be scared to be yourself, because that is what's gonna make you magnetic. That is the secret to magnetism as a woman, is being your authentic self and being freaking ruthless, honestly, and being basically fear nothing when it comes to you being your authentic self, because you know you're gonna attract the right people, and that is what freaking matters, okay? When you are doing good things, you don't get that many hate, but if you're doing great things, you will get hate. And I'm just gonna say that right now. If you have a big mission for your life, you're gonna do it. Freaking Mr. Beast, this man makes videos about doing great in the world, building walls in Africa, and he gets so much hate. For what? For doing good in the world? And it's crazy, right? So you have to start thinking that I'm not going to take this stuff seriously, because I'm not going to listen to the people that are close to me and the people that are commenting to me. I'm going to take advice from people that are close to my goals. That should be your non-negotiable in the huge mindset shift if you get anything from this video, okay? And the most valuable thing you can do when it comes to a hater is give your energy. A lot of people want to respond to haters and feed into their freaking negativity, when in actuality, just detach yourself from that. Just don't give them the energy. It's literally you're adding gas to the fire when you freaking add negativity to a hater. I know it's freaking like, oh my gosh, I want to respond to them, but I want to respond to them like they're really grinding my gears. But think about it. If they're really affecting you, would you really care? If the comment said, hey, I love this video so much, you would respond to it positively, right? Or maybe there's some comments that you don't even respond to because you don't have the time or whatever. Think about it like that. Detach from having to control people's opinions and prove people wrong, because that is a losing battle. Stop trying to get a negative energy person to get to a positive energy. The most you can do is just show up and embody yourself and really just spread your message. That is what you can do, right? But you're gonna repel the people that don't like you, and you're gonna attract the people that do. Just keep doing you, and do not give people the benefit and the prize of your energy, okay? You can block people, you can get people to never be on your page again, delete comments. You can do that. You have the power to do that, so utilize it. The second is that universe and God is going to give you a test if you really want success. Do you really want the brand? Do you really want to build that massive brand? Do you really want to be an industry leader? Do you really want to be a massive authority in your space? Do you really want to grow and develop and be an amazing, amazing big figure? Do you want to do that? If you want to do that, God is going to test you. The universe is going to test you. They're going to say, hey, I'm going to send you this hate comment. I'm going to send you this hate wave. I've gotten canceled multiple times. I'm going to send you this hate wave. How much do you really want it? How much do you really want to help people? How much do you really want to get your positive message out there? Is it really important to you? It's going to test you. Because why? You're going to probably be like, why? I don't want to be tested. I thought everything was positive. No. It's called the law of polarity. Okay? You've probably heard of yin and yang. You cannot have the lightness without dark, and you cannot have dark without lightness. You cannot have it. The truth is, you would never appreciate your good moments and you without hate and you with the positive message if you never got hate, right? Polarity is part of life, and you have to start leaning into it instead of being scared of it and being scared of the dark, dark times that may come with you putting yourself out there and being seen. And that's the truth. You're going to get a test. You're going to get a test in the form of haters. And God, the universe, is going to test, hey, do you really want this? Do you really want to spread the message like you say? Do you really want to make this mission happen? Because at the end of this mission, what are you going to get? You're going to become a millionaire if that's what you want to become. You're going to get a huge platform. You're going to get your dream brand deals. You're going to get your dream trip. You're going to get your dream relationship and house. This is what you're going to get at the end, but I'm going to test you along the way to see if you really want it through the form of hate. Through the form of haters. And I'm going to test you to see if you really want it. And I promise you, if you actually stick to it, it's going to be so worth it. Okay? I love this quote from Dean Graviosi. It's not exactly how he said it, but somebody asked him basically, like, Dean, like, you get so much hate and you get so much unaliving threats and you get all of these stuff. Like, why do you keep making content? Why do you keep putting your message out there? Why do you keep showing up? And he said, if I'm able to impact millions and all I need to go through is go through a couple haters, then it's worth it. And I couldn't agree more. Guys, they're gonna want to tear you down. They're gonna want to see you not win. But at the end of the day, you are powerful enough to control this, to control your emotions, actions, speech, and thoughts, to align with your desired outcome, which is success. Do not align yourself with a hater because they're negative. They're not aligned with success. They're not aligned with anything good. Align yourself with success, with positivity. Give love to the people that do love you. And block and ignore them, honestly. If you have a lot of comments, then don't even mind it. Just ignore it. And I promise you, everything's going to be fine. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any takeaways of what you got from this and how you look at this topic now, then comment them down below. But also just let me know if you would like any other video ideas on this channel. I would love to support and encourage you guys on this journey of growth, connecting with your feminine energy, and just creating your dream life. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure to subscribe, like, and turn post notifications on, because I post a video like this every single day to grow, be feminine, and become your best self, okay? So I will see you in the next video. I love you guys.